Good morning, everyone. So, over the weekend, an interesting article came out regarding Intel's new chip they have in development, saying that they are able to, with doing some hybriding, able to boost the performance of a single core, single thread by 20%. If that's the case, that's amazing. We haven't seen a big jump in technology processor wise in a while. It seems like just, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, it seems like the maximum speed we can get a processor to go is about 4.3 gigahertz per second, which that sounds fast, and it is. I mean, that's 4.3 billion calculations per second. Ain't no person in the world can do that type of math. But the slowdown has always been in the speed in which the processor is receiving information, especially from the RAM to the processor. That's always been the slowdown because RAM chips can still go faster than processors, but it's that communication between the two that needs to be improved. And that's, they went from 8 to 16 to 32. Now there's 64, 128 bus lines. And these are individual lines going to a processor. But they have now claimed that Intel is announcing that they are now, claiming that their new processor can get an additional 20% out of that. Now, let me show you this. This is Intel's 12th generation, this Alder Lake S, a 20% single thread lift. And if you've got multiple threads, and I've talked about threads before, if you've got multiple threads going into a processor, that's just more information, because processors can still, at this point, can process more information faster than it can be delivered. And so that's where the slowdown is. And so if they can get 20% more on a single thread, and then if they can make that work across multiple threads, which is what they're indicating here, you can see the potential of a big boost there. And that will probably, Intel has been like number two forever. Of course, there's only two big chip manufacturers for the United States, Intel and AMD. And AMD for the last several years has just been walking all over Intel, mostly in the price range. I think AMD, just my observations, Intel started off, building regular processors, and then they went to the office type of stuff and really pushed it. This is for, general office productivity, servers, AutoCAD, stuff like that. So they developed their chips that way. When Intel came up, they went the other way with gaming. And because of that, their chips are cheaper. They're designed to do more graphical stuff for gaming. And so people started realizing you can take a gaming chip and put it in an office computer, and it's the same thing. I've been saying that for years. But this might be a game changer for Intel. That might put them back on top, because then you can take this office chip, and I'll call it an office chip, and put it in a gaming computer, and just rival AMD's Ryzen processors. But yeah, if they could pull that off, now if they can get, the catch to this is, anytime Intel or AMD produces a new chip, they have to develop the motherboard to go with it. And this is where the problem is. And this is why trace lines and motherboards are getting smaller also, because they're trying to bring these components closer and closer together. In fact, if I had a motherboard, I'd show you. But this is why RAM is almost right on top of that processor on a motherboard, is to slow that lag time down. And go back to the days of old, your processor was over here and your RAM was over here, and you really don't think that the light speed, which is the power, how fast electricity travels, you really don't think from here to here that light speed is going to make a difference, but it does. It's nanoseconds, maybe even smaller, but it does make a difference. And now if they can get the motherboard to match this processor, where the motherboard can push the information faster, then that'd be a game changer for Intel. It'll bring them back up. This is why when you read this article, they're talking about they could do this, 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 and here's some benchmarking that they're showing. And of course, this is all, these are prototypes. These are not actual in production yet. And they were talking about, they're going to be, the processors will be accessible to work with the new PCI 5. Yeah, and PCI 4 obviously is the standard now. They're also talking about using Thunderbolt, which is USB 4. Who has USB 4 on their computers yet? Not a single person that I know of. In fact, I don't even think my phone has USB 4 on it yet. I don't think June's Galaxy 10 has a USB 4 on it yet, but we'll see. The Wi-Fi 6, that's been around for about a few months now, so I'm seeing laptops come out with that. But yeah, I'm sitting here, if they could pull this off, they might be able to overtake AMD for the first time in a few years. So it'd be interesting to see if they can make this prototype with a corresponding motherboard to take advantage of it, and then put it in production and see. So we probably won't see this chip for probably another 6 months to a year. If the chip holds good, and then it's just designed, and I'm sure they've got a prototype motherboard, obviously, because you just can't run a chip without a motherboard. So they've probably got a prototype motherboard, and then they just need to send it to China for production. Yeah, so that's impressive. A 20% boost. We haven't seen that. So that would take, and just really speed up computers. Now, the whole thing is what they're not telling you is I bet you that 20% boost is probably going to be, or that 20% lift is not going to be on the baseline. It's probably going to be on boost, which absolutely make them screw with the boost, stop with the boost, get rid of that crap. I see this all the time in computers. It's a 3.8 gig, or it's a 3.8 gigahertz, but you read the specs and you find out it's actually a 1.8 with the boost to 3.8. That's because computer is busy, so we can speed it up. Why not just speed it up all the time? Yeah, heat is the issue, but still, technology is available to counteract the heat. I understand that laptops get hot. But there are materials out there that can dissipate that heat quite quickly, not just copper and aluminum, but there are some new hybrid materials out there that can dissipate heat off of a motherboard pretty quick too. So, but yeah, I saw this over the weekend. I thought I would share this. This is a nice development. It'd be good to see this because instead of adding cores, they're now finding a way to actually make the threads work faster, which will be nice. So anyways, we pop this back here, segue back into this. If you found this entertaining, useful, please like and share it across all the social media platforms and across YouTube and your email and stuff like that. Subscribe to the channel if you can. There's our Facebook if you have a question. Computer problems. If you're in our service area, give us a call, send us a text. We can come to you, or you can certainly come to us. We'll take care of your computer problems. You guys have a great day. I will talk to you later.